Now, one of the challenges when we talk about vision is people often think about where they're going to end in life when they think about their vision, not what propels them to participate and act in the present. So when I'm talking about your vision, I'm not talking to you about where you're going to end today, right? I'm asking you, what is the plan or the near-term goal that is driving or drawing you into action? The way that we've designed this is that this vision would be a near-term vision. Now, I don't call it short-term because short-term, for one, seems irrelevant and not important enough. So I specifically called it near-term vision. And one of the challenges I want you to explore this morning is, what's your commitment to the future? If you take action, people will move with you. There's a desire to break through cynicism. And I would encourage you that is your responsibility as a leader, is to break through the cynicism that is justified. There's a real good reason people are cynical. They've suffered for a long time. Lots of people have lost their jobs. And yet, you are called to lead. And if you're going to lead, then lead by your commitment. Vision is birthed sometimes from opportunity, because you see a gap in the market, because you see something that other people don't see. Sometimes vision is birthed from necessity, like making a fire was birthed because people were cold and they had to figure out a way. And sometimes vision is birthed in adversity. Doesn't matter which one it is. Vision only happens when people choose to engage either the opportunity or the necessity or the adversity. Where are you? What does your world look like? Is your world filled with opportunity? Then write down a vision and get clear about it. Is your world filled with necessity because there's not enough to go around? You have to figure out a way because life is spread thin, and so you have no choice, but you have to rise up. So maybe you're in necessity, and maybe you're in adversity. Maybe you're in a corner, and life knocked you down, because life does that sometimes. Joseph Campbell said this following thing. It's very powerful, and it really speaks to me in a very deep way. He said this: "In the cave you fear to enter lies the treasure that you seek." Let me re-explain. When you are going for a vision, make a near-term goal. Now, I wrote down 90 days. But you can decide for yourself whether it's 60 days or 30 days. My suggestion is that you don't go beyond 90 days, because you'll delay acting into it and then never start. So start something that's close enough, because what's most important right now is for you to gain some momentum. Because if you've been at 6 for a while, it's going to take a significant amount of effort to get to 6.5. I promise you. Because you're used to doing 6. If you're doing sports and you try to run a little further than you did before, it seems like 100 meters is 1,000 miles if you run a little bit further, right? So don't try and put it so far away that you don't have to act into it today. The longer you've been at a certain place, the closer you need to bring the goal. You can make your near-term vision 7 days. You can make it 24 hours if you want, but make it such that it will cause you to participate. Transformation happens when you change your internal purpose. The reason you played at 6 is because it was your purpose. The reason you played at a level 5 is because you defined winning as 5. It was your purpose to reach that place. And for where it is today, it was good. It was fine. You're okay. You made it here, for crying out loud, so you can't be that bad, right? So Your purpose up until now is positive. But in order for you to move from a 5 to a 6, you need to shift your purpose. You need to have a reason, a compelling reason that will draw you through the pain of transformation. Somebody once said, find a vision that's strong enough so it will draw you through the pain of transformation. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to move from a 5 to a 6 or a 6 to a 7 will require pain. And I know when we go through a crisis, we don't want any more pain. But I can promise you this, that pain is inevitable. Life is difficult. It's not easy. If you would like to move from one level to another, you will have to face certain pain. The promised land is filled with giants that you have to fight before you can have the promised land. If you want the milk and honey, you got to kill the giant. Are you ready to move to the next level? There are two types of pain in life. There's the pain of sacrifice, meaning that I will do whatever it takes right now in order to move to what's available. Or there is the pain of regret, which means I look back at my life and I wish I had done things different. You can choose. It's your choice. What type of pain will you live with? The pain of sacrifice that says I will invest now in order to have a different future? Or you can choose to live with the pain of regret. But pain is not a choice. It's just the type of pain that you will live with. What will cause you to shift? Who will you shift for? Who's important enough that on the other side of your sacrifice there will be a reward for them? I think about if we took this room, for instance, and I said this the other day. I mean, there's enough horsepower in this room, enough creativity. If we locked this room and said, we're going to be here for the next 4 days and we're going to come up with innovation, strategy, synergy, connection, shared resources, that you could make a significant dent in the shift of Greece's economy. There's enough here. There's enough brains. There's enough ingenuity. There's enough leadership. There's enough strong people. There's enough history. There's enough experience that if you guys decided, hey, you know what? We're going to get committed. And if everybody in this room moved up 10%, you would see the ripple effect in your country.